Collision regulation is a vital part of navigation, and I want to refresh you with those rules of the road that are very, very important during navigation. Watch and learn. All right, welcome to Collision regulation rule number 7, risk of collision. The very, very important part of navigation is to identify the risk of collision during navigation. What it says, every vessel shall use all available means appropriate to the prevailing circumstances and conditions to determine if risk of collision exists. If there is any doubt, such risk shall be deemed to exist. Proper use shall be made of radar equipment if fitted and operational, including long-range scanning to obtain early warning of risk of collision, and radar plotting or equivalent systematic observation of detected objects. Alright? Assumptions shall not be made on the basis of scanty information, especially scanty radar information. Okay? We will not assume. Okay? Assume is not friendly here. Assuming is not a good practice here. We need to be sure and precise with our judgment and the information that we're going to get before we decide or we pass the message to the commanding officer, which is the captain. All right. Now, in determining if risk of collision exists, the following considerations shall be among those taken into account. Such risk shall be deemed to exist if the compass heading of an approaching vessel does not appreciably change. That is very important factor there. If you see an object or the vessel and you keep determining the heading of your heading and the bearing does not change, meaning the risk of collision in progress, and you have to be careful with this part. Such risk may sometimes exist even when an appreciable bearing change is evident, particularly when approaching a very large vessel or a tow, or when approaching a vessel at close range. Okay? Sometimes it exists. Okay? You think the bearings is changed because the vessel is large or you are in close range. Okay, so bear in mind, deck officers and deck rating about these cases and recommendation. So all right, so this is very short presentation, and the important part of this collision regulation is you know how to identify if risk of collision exists. At an early stage, you assess it far or with enough time, and your vessel will be safe. Okay, so I do hope that this short presentation refresh your collision regulation knowledge back when we are still in college days or when we are in our university. Alright guys, so for those deck rating deck officers who are aiming to be promoted or to upgrade your career development, refresh your knowledge when it comes to collision regulations. Okay, very clear. So thank you very much, and see you again on my next video presentation.